So this week the Grandmaster Nightfalls are out, and you can get quite a bit of nice loot. It's no easy task though. The 1325 minimum power entry level makes it pretty difficult. So I'm going to show you a couple tips for how to play it and how to play certain rooms, and some builds at the end for Warlock and 2 Titans. We weren't using gear that's extremely difficult to get. I think for people attempting the Grandmaster, they're going to have most or all of the things that we have, although I would say it's not advisable to do this without divinity. We all were using pretty long range weapons and staying really far in the back of the map because everything can kill you extremely quickly. You need to watch out for things like hive boomers because those can 2-tap you in most cases, turrets on the fallen spawn ships, those can kill you very quickly, and having your divinity player stunning champs, even if you're not planning to kill them, is extremely useful. I think the most helpful advice there is to communicate with your team and make sure you're always focusing on the same thing at the same time. In the big open room with the Fallen Walker, you need to stay way in the far back of the map, and it's a good time to practice closing off angles because the enemies are very accurate. So if you try to engage one from one angle, make sure that you're not leaving yourself open to a flank because they will kill you. We killed the Briggs first, then focused on champions, then the Walker. All in all, if you're communicating with your team and sitting way in the back of the map, even if it feels like you're giving up territory, it'll be totally fine. The main objective is to not die, and you don't need to go super fast. You'll still get under the 45-minute mark if you're moving even at a decent pace. We died quite a bit of times, and this was our very first run, and we still had about 3 minutes at the end, so I think you should be totally fine. I would say anybody with a divinity can actually do this as long as they play smart and play together. For the final boss room, we stayed way in the back in this room back here and just shot out the windows at the enemies. Every so often we'd send somebody underneath with an anarchy and stick the boss twice and then run back into cover. I was trying to generate orbs so the Thundercrash super could do as many Thundercrashes as possible, and Well of Radiance was just keeping us alive wherever we needed it. Okay, onto the builds. Our Warlock was using Succession with Reconstruction Recombination. You can get that from the Deepstone Crypt raid. He was using the Ikelos SMG to create Warmind cells and Anarchy. He was also on a 2-minute Grace. He had on Wrath of Rasputin on the helmet and Grenade Launcher Ammo Finder for the Anarchy. On his gloves he had Global Reach, of course, and then he was helping out with Anti-Barrier Sniper. Phoenix Protocol is really useful here. He had on Protective Light. Concussive Dampener and Sniper Resistance are also nearly must-haves for how hard the Vandal snipers hit. Then he had on Taking Charge to take advantage of our other Charge with Light builds happening, and Rage of the Warmind on his class item. Our Titan was running the Eye of Soul sniper rifle with Vorpal weapon, the Tiku's Divination bow, and the Threaded Needle linear fusion rifle you can get this season. He was on Thundercrash for big DPS, he had ammo finders on his helmet, he was helping out with Anti-Barrier Sniper, and his Tiku's Divination was taking advantage of the Overload bow mod. The Crass of the Falling Star is a new exotic this season, and it isn't necessary to have. Thundercrash is still really good, but if you do have it, it's super helpful. Our Titan had on Concussive Dampener and Arc Resistance as well, which is very good for staying alive. On his legs he had Powerful Friends and Invigoration. That isn't really necessary to the build, just thought it's helpful to show everything. And then on the class item, we got Volatile Conduction, so if he's hurt before he casts his Arc Super, it does more damage, and Surge Detonators, so he's getting his grenade back every time he stuns a champion with his arc grenade. As for my loadout, I had on Steady Hand, great PvP gun, and also not too bad in PvE, because I had Outlaw, and then I was the Divinity user, and then a Threaded Needle with Vorpal and auto-loading holster. I was running Ursa Furiosa with hand cannon loader and protective light. On my helmet, pretty straightforward, just ammo finders for my special and heavy weapon, along with Taking Charge. On my chest, I felt it was important to have a reserves for my divinity, and then arc resistance was super important. I also have Powerful Friends. On the legs, pretty straightforward, just higher energy fire, better already, so I get health back when I pick up orbs, and then a scavenger for my divinity. On the class item, we had charged up to get 1 more charge, special finisher, which is really helpful for the divinity, and when I pop my barricade, I get all ability cooldowns back. So all in all, this Nightfall felt rewarding and fun because the strike is new, and I'd highly recommend putting a team together to do it. You don't really need any sort of unique or weird builds or anything. You kind of just need somebody with divinity and then a fire team of people who can play slow and smart and not die. And if you have all that, you're good. So good luck farming. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have any builds you want to suggest to other viewers in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.